Oh, Judy, I'm a little worried about you. You were so desperate for a compliment, you couldn't even wait to hit the record button.
I sure couldn't.
You're like, how's my hair? I mean, if you've noticed it at all, it looks lovely, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you
Thank
got that at the
you.
barber college?
Yes, that is why it looks all choppy.
No.
No,
It looks good,
no.
actually. It looks very, very good.
Thank you. I
Um,
decided to chop it off over the weekend. So,
oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, what'd you take
yeah,
like 4 inches off? I don't know. I
maybe.
can't.
I don't know. It was
You just told him to
crazy.
to take scissors to it, and that was it. That was it for you.
Yes, I told the lady, I need to chop off my hair. As you can see, it's three different colors right now. And she's like, yeah. Like, yeah, I could see that. I'm like, yeah, I know. So I was like, it's
Wow, she
about
was
time.
ruthless with it.
What? I love that she was very real with me. It was great. I
Fair
think I found
enough.
my new stylist. So, I mean, I haven't cut my hair since I moved out here. So it's about
Okay, look, I don't know all the things that go into a woman's hair, right? I didn't realize that without doing anything, it would just be three different colors.
it's
I
yeah.
didn't I didn't realize that you want a stylist to be like, no, bitch, you're ugly.
Well, she didn't say that. God.
What? I mean, she's like, oh no. Oh no. I mean, come on, we all know
Oh
what that
no,
means.
girl.
Yeah, we all know what that means. Uh just like we all know what this means. Welcome to a conversation with Judy and Ryan right here, youtube.com/, take a breath. All of the places that we social, TikTok and Twitter at TABPOD. We're doing an impromptu recording this week.
Yes,
Impromptu.
because I should say I texted Ryan. It was 6 a.m. his time, and I was in the car. I was like, "Oh shit, I'm here listening to our episode that just recently uploaded. I can't record on Thursday. I have to go to the movies. Let me text
Yeah,
Ryan."
what movie are you trading us in for?
The new Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, what? You and your fucking Marvel.
You should have known. You
I
should
should
have
have.
known.
Honestly, I just didn't. If I had looked at what was coming out, I
You've been
probably would
like,
have been able to
yeah,
put two and two together.
that's the movie
Um,
she's watching.
but I was just like, no, I'll waiting to see what she says. So,
Yeah, and then you were texting me this morning. I go, oh, he's. I feel like he's not in the mood to record, but I have to tell him we're also not recording next week because we're on vacation and we won't be in town.
yeah, what the hell? What? Why is it now? Look, I get it. We run a very, very loose ship, right? I told him, why am I finding out day of recording schedules? Oh, by the way, I'm off for the next week and a half. Just talk to my
Wait.
agent. Judy's gone Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, no, I mentioned I was going on a cruise a couple episodes ago, but I don't think I ever mentioned when.
That
And it,
no, that's my point. I don't
yeah,
care that you're going, obviously. I'm glad. I'm just saying, like, yo, maybe I could get, I don't know, like you could have said something on Friday. I don't know.
I could have, but it just slipped my mind. That's the thing. I'm like, oh damn, I really got to start packing. Like, there's just
Well,
things that are just building up to this.
well, at least it's your entire life, not just the podcast life that is
It's not
suffering
just
as a result of this.
right.
So
Like I had to put my PTO in.
you didn't put it in yet?
It was approved already. I have the approval emails. So I just have to put it in the system so I get paid.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, I got to do that today. Yeah, I got to do that this week. So
Well, fun. Hold on, real quick. I had something set up, and then somebody had to be a fucking pity and get involved and put it in the trash.
oh, in the trash.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn. Damn.
So
Okay.
so I don't know if you could see.
Cola Celsius. I already can see what it is.
Yeah, they finally had some in stock at my local grocery store. Uh,
Kroger.
No, we go to
I'm sorry,
Albertsons.
Smith's. Oh.
We go to Oh God, I'm never going into a Smith's. No, Smith's is dirty. I don't do Smith's.
How dare you? Smith is nice.
No, get the fuck out. You're just used to that because you're used to living on the poor side of Las Vegas, so you're fine
Wow.
with going to Smith. Wow, what? You look, I'm not you
Smith is not
live
even in the poor side of town.
it's on all sides of town. You act like
Exactly.
there's one grocery store. Yeah, but they're all dirty. No matter which one you go, they could build a Smith's tomorrow and do a grand opening in a day and a half. It'll be dirty as fuck when you walk in.
Oh damn, that's rude.
It's not. It's what?
There
Maybe
are nice Smiths out there in Vegas. I'm just letting you
look
know.
here. I know they got the one that has the bar. Okay, I know there's one good Smith's with a bar, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, don't tread on my grocery store." I understand that.
I'm
Maybe
pretty sure
it's
there's a nice Smith near you, actually.
I don't know. I don't know. We
You wouldn't
try to
know.
keep the riffraff out of this part of
I
town.
guess Albertson.
Well, look, so here's what maybe the one thing I will concede as to why I feel this way is I do think that the lighting in Smith's is a bit dimmer than most grocery stores. And so maybe in my mind, to me, that makes it look dirty, right?
Okay.
Look,
fair.
I don't get this. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I'll die on this fucking hill. Okay. Smith's is dirty.
I mean, that's just like me saying I like Sam's Club gives me the icks. Okay. So
The one thing I tried this. I did.
yes. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, Judy. You may have oversold it just a tad.
Damn, that one and lemon lime.
Lemon lime, no, honestly, in comparison, lemon lime, you kind of fucked me on. Like, in comparison.
Okay.
And I only say this because you keep, and now maybe I'm misremembering. I'm always trying to give you that bone. So if you feel like taking it, go ahead. Maybe I misremember the way you described it.
Okay.
I remember you saying that it was very similar to regular Coke.
I could. It sounds like something I would have said. But yeah.
Yeah, but you would have said like maybe in case someone fact checks you. Oh, so
okay.
So I wake up.
You got that.
There's a little story that goes along with this because I know my lighting gets all weird. Sorry.
Okay.
It's the autofocus. I'll just stay close. For all of our audio listeners only, also known as Judy Tuesday morning. Sorry, we're having a weird conversation. My lighting weird. Whatever. Anyway, So the story about Celsius and why I think Judy is overrating it a little bit. So we found them at the store, and I wasn't going to make the same mistake that I made with the lemon lime. I wasn't going to do the ice. I was going to give the Celsius the service that it deserves. And I put it in the fridge. I'll have one tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
We wake up late and we have to go to Asher's baseball game, right? So I grab it out and I'm like, oh, I need something to eat. And I see cookies. So I grab a cookie.
Okay.
I slam the cookie like I'm in that Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Just
and wash it down with a Celsius.
Pretty much. So I slam the cookie and I got all the sweetness in my mouth, right?
Okay.
And so I'm like, all right, let's see if Judy's recommendation is legit. And at first I was hot. I was so mad. I was like, this bitch gave me all this shit over drinking Diet Coke. And then this fucking drink is basically Diet Coke. I swear to God, that was the flavor in my mouth at the moment, right?
Was it really?
Yeah, but to be fair, even like after the first 30 seconds of just pure redness washed over me, I realized that oh, you know what? I just slammed a chocolate chip cookie. That's probably messing with my taste buds heavily. Let me hold off on the persecution. Right? So over the course of time, I'm trying it, and it wasn't Diet Coke. It damn sure wasn't Coke.
Okay.
but it wasn't Diet Coke. And I was like, what does this taste like? What does it taste like? And I almost thought that it was tasting something akin to Coke Zero, which would make sense, right?
Okay.
But it wasn't quite that either.
No.
And the flavor profile that I came up with was that it was like someone mixed Coke Zero and Diet Coke together.
It's like that medium.
Yeah, like it was right in between. I would get hints of Diet Coke. I would get hints of Coke Zero. That's right. That's why you come to this podcast. Ryan, the soda sommelier.
So whenever, like, I don't drink Diet Coke, but when I've had, like, sips of it, it gives you that weird aftertaste. I don't get that weird aftertaste in Coke Zero, and I don't get it with the Celsius either. But it's just like that weird, like, it's like a bitter after to me. I don't know.
No. I think what you're describing is the aspartame, I believe.
Maybe.
That's not something. My mom was an early adopter of Diet Coke. So I was, instead of letting me drink regular sodas, she would have me drink diet sodas, right?
Okay, yeah.
And that one was the one that she would keep around. Thank God my dad would like get Dr. Pepper. He was like, fuck this. I'm not drinking only Diet Coke. We're having an actual soda in the house. But I think as a result, my palate, now I'm also just older, right? But I think my palate's more used to that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of, though, did you finish your Diet Cokes yet? Like your
No, I mean we're working through them. We are. Honestly, I was tempted to, after I threw away the can, to just crack one open. But I don't like the way that my throat, I don't know if you can hear it. My voice has been kind of hoarse over the last week or so. And I don't want to mix that with a fizzy drink and get all just, yeah, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
No. I did find a new energy drink I'm trying.
What is it?
It's the brand Alani.
Okay.
I want to grab it.
I've seen them.
Okay, you seen them? Okay.
Yeah.
And so I'm grabbing them.
There's people watching probably, but fuck them.
So
audio listeners like Judy can't see it, then neither can you guys.
Okay, it's okay. But I'm grabbing them. I was just like, oh, those are like cute cans. Like they're pretty. They have like little designs on them. I go, yeah, this is like all the energy drinks that those fitness girls on TikTok drink. I go, I want to try them just to switch it up from like our Celsius. So far so good. I had the flavor Arctic White this morning, and it had a weird like grapefruit taste to it. Like I don't know if you've had the grapefruit Celsius. It has a similar taste to that, but
I'm not
it's not bad.
I'm not a grapefruit guy. I don't. Yeah. So
you wouldn't like that then, yeah.
Yeah. No. Okay. Well, let us know how the Alani goes. Okay.
I will.
All right. So I want to get this out of the way just because we did talk about on last week's show. There's a little story about this household that I live in.
Yes.
And basically, and look, I don't like to put it in their face because I'm not trying to be a dick about it. But everyone should know Alex is Mexican and she's fluent in Spanish, right? Well, she grew up speaking Spanish, I guess is a better way to describe it.
Okay.
And recently it's come out that her, fiance, who got like a D in Spanish in high school, knows more Spanish than she does. And it's embarrassing. Look, it's embarrassing anytime something like that happens, right? So like I said, I'm not trying to twist the knife or anything. I'm trying to be helpful. So, I mean, the way that we found this out, we were talking one day and she did something that was like annoying in the kind of way that like your spouse annoys you, but it's funny, right? And so I was like, oh, you pendeja. And she's like, I'm not dumb. And I was like, what do you mean you're not dumb? And she was like, well, pendeja means dumb. And I was like, I don't think so. I think it means asshole. And she's like, no, no. I specifically remember my mom saying pinche pendeja to me, which I was like, oh, okay. Well, then you're probably right. But I couldn't leave it there. So I Googled it. And of course, the Google Translate told me that I was correct because we all knew that I was correct. So now it's known that I just know more Spanish throughout my life. I've just, by osmosis, I guess, just naturally know more Spanish than she does. So, and look, I get it. She is a proud Latina woman. I would never expect her to accept this, but I have offered her, Spanish tutoring whenever she wants it. Um, you know, look, I just want a happy home. And I know that, if she is at least on my level in that language, that it will be a happy home. So
Okay.
why do I why do I feel like you're not looking at me? You're looking to see if someone's with a knife somewhere.
What?
It looks like you're
Oh,
trying to see like I'm about to get
sorry.
stabbed. Like you're just like
Like,
Ryan.
is she out there?
Ryan. No,
She's coming behind
no.
you.
But what was it? She wouldn't stab me over. That's the truth. Everything I said
Okay,
was factual.
so I actually thought it translated to like dumb bitch. Am I like was I wrong in this?
According to Google.
For some reason, like I'm sorry, I always thought it just meant like dumb bitch.
Well, so apparently, because we called her mom, because of course we had to tell her mom this at some point. It
Of
wasn't
course.
for many weeks later. But we called her mom, and then her mom got defensive for, I believe it was for two reasons. She only admitted to one. I think she got defensive because Alex was like, yeah, I remember my mom calling me a peachy pendeja. And then she's like, oh my God, I'm going to show you that I'm a great mom. Shut up. And then the second reason was just to get me to shut up because exactly, right?
Yeah.
So she Googled it. I think she went on like Urban Dictionary or something and found a version of it where it means dumb, but it wasn't out of any Merriam-Webster Spanish to English dictionary. So I don't believe it. It wasn't from a reputable site. Like I went with a reputable site like Google to verify my findings.
Google Translate. Got
Right.
it.
So I'm
Yeah.
sorry that I'm not just going to be, bewildered by any Tom, Dick, and Jane with a Urban Dictionary.
And that's that.
Yeah. So I know the Spanish. Oh, okay.
Oh my God. Wow.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
trying. I have so many things that I want to talk to you about. So if it sounds like we're jumping from thing to thing to thing, probably sounds like a normal show, but
Nothing out of the usual, guys.
yeah, but we might have our transitions may not be as fluid because it's not coming straight from, the conversation. It's coming from this list of things.
Okay.
Okay. So I know that you want to talk about Twitter. Let's do that in the second half
Yeah.
because you were saying that you had some thoughts about it after our discussion last week, and you did some research. I want to hear about that,
I did.
but I also want to hear, how did you feel about your Cowboys draft?
Okay. We'll talk about what I will be the first to say that one, I only knew who the first person that we drafted in the first round because my dad texted me. And
Okay.
I don't like I follow a lot of Cowboy fans and wannabe Cowboy analysts on Twitter. And I go, why? Like, you can never make them happy. And, like, it doesn't matter who we draft. They're never happy. And I don't understand. Like, just let it, like, just let them progress. I don't know what to tell these people. And I really just want to, like, unfollow them. But I mean, they're fun during the season, but like all these off season and all these analyses that they like to put out there, like, who do y'all think you are? You're not even professional athletes, like analysts. Sorry,
You're not even. How'd you
you're not
put
even
analyst
professional
and
analysts.
how do you put analyst and athlete in one? That was impressive.
No, I said not athletes. I said analysts, but I was like, wait, not analysts. It's analysts. Anyways, God.
Oh, well, it was more impressive when you would put the two words together, in my opinion.
But all I know is the first round guy we picked up, he's a good run stop defense man. But that's honestly as good as I can get there.
He's a good run stop defense man.
Yeah.
Quote it.
Yeah. Quote it. Apparently. Apparently.
Oh my God, that's so good. All
and
right.
I think I saw somewhere on the Twitters that they drafted a lineman who didn't allow a sack during his whole season.
Okay.
That's all I know.
Well, no, look, I'm right there with you. I don't really watch college football. I don't really pay attention to it. So I'm not going to fake it just to and be like, yeah, I watch all of these things, just to feel like I know what I'm talking about when it comes to the draft. You know what? Speaking of, and we'll get to this in the second block too. We're going to talk about Judy's clueless NBA picks. And I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, man, I need to let these people know I don't watch nearly as much basketball as it kind of as I'm making myself. I am not an expert in the game. I just I watch the games and then I listen to, I don't even want to call it sports talk radio, but sports YouTube videos. And that's how I come up with my take, So if anyone out there is thinking that, I just think that Judy's picks are hilarious for reasons, not in any way because I mean, Philadelphia, that was still fucking stupid, but I'm just saying. All right.
Okay, but yeah, so that was our take on the Cowboys draft.
Yeah,
all I know is they didn't take a kicker, and everyone apparently on the Twitters wanted them to take a kicker for some reason. I don't understand.
Because who's your kicker now? Maher?
I think he's still there. Yeah,
he's terrible.
He was better this last season, but yeah, he's just bad. He missed. Right, he's just bad.
No, but as far as like knowing the players or anything, right there with you. I knew about JSN, and I'm gonna say that because I will mess his actual name up. But I knew about the receiver JSN just because super athletically gifted kind of guy reminded me a lot of like a Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf hybrid from what I saw. And I say that just because he will be a faster guy and shiftier like a Lockett, but he's bigger like a Metcalf. So right in the middle of the two of them right now. So see, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying things like I'm a person.
You're like, wow, okay, Ryan.
Yeah. And then Ryan, you don't know shit about football. Oh God, if someone tells me I don't know sports again, I'm gonna lose it. Someone once told me I don't know sports, and I was like, the fuck? Like, I don't know any sports at all? Like, nothing in all of sports is in my brain. Okay, sorry, getting off. But the Seahawks first pick that was like the 5th overall pick or whatever that we got from Denver. I like the highlights. He looks like exactly the kind of corner that Pete Carroll likes to have. Big, strong, tall, and from what I heard, he also knows how to play zone really, really well, which is the scheme that the Seahawks like to play. So I know a little bit of sports. Fuck you.
Just a little bit. Look, all I know is a little bit of the Cowboy stuff, a little bit of Golden Knights stuff. That's all that matters.
Yo, Golden Knights. We were the first team to make the second round of the playoffs.
I did.
At least in the Western Division.
In the
I don't
West.
know if it was in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now we are taking on. Oh, Alex has been telling me about this. Oh, maybe if she had said it in Spanish, I would have actually been able to understand.
I want to say it's the Oilers.
Yes. We're taking on Edmonton.
Yes.
And look, the thing, I'm not happy that we have to play him, but I'm excited to get to have a chance to actually watch him is Connor McDavid, because he had a ridiculous season, right? I believe he broke some kind of record, probably, maybe. Don't fact check me, bitches.
Maybe.
Yeah. But I'm excited to see him. Can I just say the only person on the team that I'm like, I don't know if it's just every game I watch, he gets stage fright. Like, Ryan's watching and can't do anything. But I have heard so many people suck at the teat of Eichel, and he never does anything when I watch the game. Anything. Now, full disclosure, I don't watch the games without Alex because I'm superstitious that way. Playoff games, anyway. And so I would like to say games like 3, 4, and 5, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But 1, 2, and 3, I didn't see him out there doing anything, nothing. And all I ever hear is how amazing he is, and nothing.
Look, all I need is the Golden Knights to win and the Dallas Stars to win, so then they can go in the Western Conference Finals. So then I could have a chance to come out to the game here when they come. So my Golden Knights.
I was gonna say, so if VGK and Dallas make it to the conference, who are you going for? But it sounds like
easy.
Okay, all right,
easy. Anyways.
Trying to think. Oh, going back to the draft real quick. I'm sorry. This year showed how stupid draft grades are, because if you saw, it was like everyone got an A, right? For varying reasons, everyone got an A except for like Dallas.
Of course.
But okay, so here's the thing. So I can understand why you would give a team like the Eagles an A after they traded back up into the top 10, a team that just came off a Super Bowl loss, but they draft back into the top 10 and take a defensive talent that could have gone number 1 overall, but he's got a lot of issues, right? So I could see how you make an argument for how they would have an A+ draft, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I can see you making an argument for a team like Arizona that was able to trade back and get a bunch of stuff from the Texans and then trade back up to get their offensive linemen, hopefully the next 10 years, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I can even understand an argument for the Texans, who traded away everything but got hopefully a cornerstone on each side of the ball in quarterback and edge rusher for the next 10 years, right? So I can understand all these things. But you know where it starts twisting for me? And I get it. We're not going to know how these people pan out for another 10 years. 3 years, sorry, 10 years.
Damn.
Yeah, they're all retired now. But you take a team like the Lions that, if you looked at their board if you looked at their picks compared to where everyone was saying the talent should go,
mm-hmm.
everyone would say, oh, well, they got stuff good for their team, but as far as the talent goes, they took it way too early. So it should really so let's say A plus C goes to B, right? But no, oh man, they know their scheme. They know their fit. They know the players that they want. right? Because I was telling you on this show last week when we were recording how it was making me laugh that the Lions had taken a running back at number 12.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And all I have heard since then, after weeks and weeks and weeks of hearing how this is a position that is undervalued and only one guy is projected to go in the first round, there's really only a first round talent with one person. Now it's just, oh, they got their guy. They got the guy they needed. Like, I get it. We all like the Lions right now. They've been so bad for so long that we're happy that they're not utter shit. Right? I get it. It's a feel-good story.
Yeah.
But this is the kind of stuff about drafting specifically that drives me crazy because people with stupid grades, they manipulate it and they mold it into what they want it to be. And that's how this year you have 28 teams with A grades. So all the teams are making the playoffs next year because they all killed the draft.
Clearly.
By the way,
I don't know. I didn't follow the grades, so I can't tell you what everyone else got.
Well, Judy, how else am I going to sound like an expert if I don't look at what the experts write? Okay.
My bad.
By the way, I know that you like the way it sounds. I am, I'm prissy when it comes to sound. So I am not a fan of the earbuds.
I know.
but I will say that my mom also said you sound shitty.
Damn it, Mom.
Okay, so she didn't say that, but she said that it could sound better.
I know. It sounds, at times I can hear it sounds mumbly. So I try to remedy it. Remedy? Yeah, that's right. Okay. I try to buy other plug-in headphones, but I think there's a setting in my computer that I can turn off now.
Hold on, I can't hear you. Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Wow. Really?
Oh, it's so much better. You're right. These wired bitches, these are the best. Oh my God. Good call.
I hate you. I hate you.
If it makes you feel any better, I actually can't use these to listen because it's the.
Oh, it's not. Yeah.
It goes right into the phone. It doesn't. Yeah, because it's because I have my earbuds from this decade. So.
But I tried to buy a different headset. Didn't work. So I had to return it. I figured I will buy an actual mic because I hate the headset. I hate it. I'm so over the head headset. Over it. So
we're not trying to cover up that beautiful head of hair. Okay.
No, we're
and
not.
also, I like the hair, the face, and the girls are all out. The boys in Qatar are going to be so happy when I put stuff on TikTok. Oh my God.
But that's so hopefully in 2 weeks when we record again, I will be sounding normal. Actually, might be crisper because I'm actually going to get a real mic and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Hello?
Sorry. I heard a car alarm. So
you heard the damn car alarm.
Yeah. So I was like, is it me? And it's really nice to freak out when we only have like 90 seconds left. And
I know. What's happening? I was like, is the phone ringing? Like, what is this?
Oh my gosh. Sorry about that. So, no, I lost what we were talking about, but that's okay because we only have a minute left anyway. So on the other side, we will have Judy's Clueless NBA picks, the update on that. We will also
love the update.
Finding out how you are, what your research into Twitter has brought. Was there anything else I said we were going to talk about the next item?
I think that was it.
All right. Well, hey, if I was wrong, you're not going to get in the comments and tell me anyway, because you never do. Anyway, we'll be right back right here in a conversation with Judy and Ryan.
Bye. Oh wait, damn, it's not.
No, it's just yeah. Welcome back to a conversation with Judy and Ryan, right here on all of your audio podcasting platforms: Google, Spotify, Apple, Podbean, as well as the Amazon and youtube.com/take a breath. I am now joined by my co-host and voluptuous Filipina of the South.
Of the South.
Yeah. You can always tell.
I love that.
You can always tell when my brain has hit its limit for creativity in a single thought, because it's just like, I was naming stuff now.
That sounded like what were we watching recently where it's like, oh, this is the tale of blah blah blah. Oh, God, I can't remember what that little short cartoon we were watching, but that's exactly what the intro sounded like. So
I was going for like a masterpiece theater type thing, or what's a better way to British?
Okay, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Okay.
I like it. Oh, that's what you were going for. Wow. Yeah, that was something then. Oh, all right, Judy. Okay. So there is one thing I would like to talk to you about after we do the NBA stuff.
Okay.
And that is perfect. It's me telling you I have a story about Asher getting sick.
Oh.
And if we have time, I have an update from my office story. So
yes, we'll make time. We will make time. We will make time.
But you had told me that you wanted to that you had done some research on Twitter, and who am I to besmirch anyone who goes out and does research? So what'd you find for us, Gumshoe?
So, because I mentioned last week the differences with like the Twitter verified, and how there's some Twitters that have like a gold check mark.
Oh, yes.
Or a silver check mark.
Silver and now.
There's two different ones, but apparently these are verified organizations. Okay. So like CNN has them. A few of the other businesses, like big businesses, Microsoft probably has it, things like that.
Right.
But they also have, I don't know if you've noticed or are on Twitter long enough to notice, but these accounts, their profile pictures are also squares and not circles. Which I thought was very interesting, because I was like, how do I make my profile picture a square? And I didn't realize that it was only for like the important Twitter users who these businesses pay $1,000 a month, okay, to have this status. So that was, why are you laughing?
Because
why are you laughing at this?
I want a square profile.
I did, actually.
I know.
Like the aesthetic of it.
So what's silver then?
It's another tier. It's just different tiers of these verified organizations according to
so is Twitter trying to like money shame these organizations?
I'm pretty sure 100% that's what
enough, so you only get silver.
Hey man, they're pressed for cash, all right.
Oh man. Well, that's good to know. It's good. Anytime we see a check mark other than a blue one, we are looking at a organization.
It's actually a real organization, and it's not like those fake AI Twitter accounts.
By the way, can I just say how fucking happy this whole AI thing is making me. Like, just in general, because we've always seen the movies where Skynet's gonna take over and blow us the fuck up. And and don't get me wrong, I think that there is a high likelihood of something like that happening in the future. When I don't know, I'm not a scientist. I don't know sports. Okay.
We know enough sports, okay?
Yeah, I don't know sports. Why would I know technology? But just the way that it is happening, in which AI, it's not it's not being used to like mobilize nukes against us. It's being used to make dick jokes, and so that people can like change or can make artwork or write their own papers or whatever. Like, people are using it for so many stupid things, and it's just it that is what gives me a smile. Is like, oh, so maybe it's not that like it thinks we're a threat. Maybe just realize how fucking stupid as a race we are, and it's like, no, this isn't good for us. This is not a good look. It's
Hey
not a good.
man, I saw a TikTok that had an AI bot write their resignation letter based on like an event. Like they're like, how do I say I am tired of this shit, but professionally? So I love it. But I also don't like the AI music. I don't know if you heard the Drake and the Weeknd song that dropped,
Oh, I heard.
but it
My
wasn't
friends
really
threw that
them.
in the chat, but I didn't listen to it.
I'm like, what? But then we heard on the radio that people were like, this is Rihanna singing a Beyonce song. And I'm like, what? And it's just so weird how people can create that. Like, wait, what?
Like I
It's
said, man.
wild.
Like I said, AI. It's going to destroy us simply because we made it just do so many stupid things.
Yeah. So
Uh, all right. On to your favorite segment. My mom's favorite segment, because she's the only other person I talked to about this show. Sorry, guys. Like, you want me to mention somebody else? Somebody else talked to me about this fucking thing. And she had your back. She said, no. It's Judy's Clueless, not Clueless Judy. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever. I like whatever. All right. But it's Judy's Clueless NBA picks,
Woo.
brought to you by an empty can of Celsius that I lost. I don't know. So we are on to the second round.
Yes.
Okay.
Do I need to make new picks because the teams are not lining up?
So I don't want you to, but we can, because you're going to talk about it, as we can make weekly picks as they go, but nothing official. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, because you picked the Lakers to not make it, and they won in 6, and they're going against Golden State in game 1 tonight. So we'll see how that goes. Everyone else, though, has played at least one game. So Denver is currently 2-0 against Mr. Kendall Jenner's ex.
Right. KD and State Farm.
And KD, yes, all three of them. All three of them. I like how I say it, and then you're so smooth. You're like, yes, and KD and State Farm. Then I'm like, oh wait, no, no, she didn't fuck the name up. No, she knew exactly what she was saying. Let's see. So yeah, so those three are down right now, and State Farm is actually day to day. So he hurt his groin in the last game.
Okay.
Going on to the eastern side of the bracket, Boston and Miami are going head to head. I think as of tonight, the series is tied 1-1. So Jimmy Butler also didn't play in the game. So their best player didn't play, and they're going back home. I think Miami feels okay with the way that the road trip went.
Okay.
And then we have, oh wait, no, I'm sorry. It was Miami versus New York. My apologies. It's Miami versus the Knicks. Everything else I said was correct, though. Then
Jimmy Butler didn't play.
Miami took game 1. Jimmy Buckets didn't. I got to use nicknames so people think that I know what I'm talking about. Jimmy Buckets didn't play game 2. So we'll see what happens when it goes back to Miami. So, and then we have Boston and Philadelphia. Boston lost game 1. That's right. They lost game 1. Their Philadelphia's best player, Joel Embiid, didn't even play. And Boston won game 1 with a resurgence from James Harden. He had like 40-something points or whatever. I don't care how they do it, as long as Philly keeps winning. I'm on Team 76er right now.
Why?
Because not only did you choose for them to not win in the first round, but the longer that a Philadelphia team is in, the better for me. So now, unless it's the Lakers, I want them to win the whole fucking thing. Like, I'm excited for the way that the rest of this series is going. From what I heard, Joel Embiid will not play in game 2 since they won the first game. There's no, you're not at risk of losing home court. But we'll see what happens there. But yeah, those are what's happening so far. So, real quick, we will do an update to the series. Like, I have to ask, Warriors or LA? This is also why I don't want to do it, because I know who you're gonna fucking pick. Anyone who's listened should know.
Klay Thompson.
Obviously.
Chef Curry, come on.
Maple syrup Jordan. You don't know who that is, do you? Anthony Wiggins is from Canada. And
they call him Maple syrup Jordan.
So when he was coming out like of college or whatever, he was so gifted. They were like, oh, he's Maple syrup Jordan. Like, he's so fucking good. Right? Maybe I'm messing the name up. Like, maybe it was just Maple Jordan, but I like Maple syrup Jordan.
I like Maple syrup Jordan too.
Yeah. All right. Then who do you got? Denver or Phoenix?
I picked Denver before, so we'll stick with Denver. I
picked both of them before.
I know you're right, but I don't like Kendall Jenner's eggs.
Also, it helps that Denver's up 2-0, so and that State Farm's hurt. All these things help your decision.
Fucking State Farm.
All right. Milwaukee, or no, not Milwaukee. They're gone. Miami, New York.
Miami.
Jimmy Buckets and Kevin Love, huh?
Yep, old ass Kevin Love, according to you.
He is old. When did he start? When did Kevin Love come into this?
I don't know.
Hold on.
I just remember seeing old Kevin Love. I mean, like young Kevin Love pictures. I was like, that was Kevin Love?
He was drafted in 2008. Okay. He is old. He is old. You're trying to do the math right now of how long he's been in the league, aren't you?
Like, wow.
You're like, well, carry the 2, divide by 3. It's 15 years. That's double the age of my son and then some.
Okay, my bad.
I'm just saying he's old, okay?
Okay.
He's no King Jams who spends $47 billion every year on his body so he can be a robot and do his 70s.
God, yeah.
So, all right, so we got Miami, and then last but not least, Boston or Philly? Who you got?
I'm never picking Philly for anything.
Philly all the way, baby. NBA champs 2023. Let's go. Embiid for MVP. Harden is the hard man.
Harden is the hard man.
Yeah, like he's hard to beat.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Okay.
ladies and gentlemen, that was Judy's clueless NBA picks. Uh,
Yeah.
Please let us know how you think she's doing. Wherever.
Let me know.
Yeah, let her know on her Twitter at JUDAYYY.
Yes.
I remember there's no it's.
There's
There's
no
no
it's.
it's. Oh, okay. So let me give an update to this office story.
Yes.
So on Monday, the following month, by the way, remember how I said that people had taken, oh no, I did say like they took the day off and the next day. Okay, never mind. So I had told you about that. So the following Monday or Friday, the boss comes in and he's like, yeah, the missus found some texts and she thought it was something that it wasn't. And I guess that the coworker had like sent him some stuff where it's like, if your relationship's not working out, then you should just leave type videos.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay.
So stuff like that. She also would say, I love you in text messages, which that can sound weird, except for the fact that like boss is really big on we're a family and I love my work family and right. So that one that can go either way is my point.
Okay.
The coup de grace though is like once he said everything, this is how I know he didn't do anything. Because once he said everything, he was just like, he said basically what I said, where he's like, you think I'm looking at the 61-year-old Filipina lady? You think that that's what I'm trying to do? Nah. Like, so the coworker is now working out of the other office where the missus was working.
Oh, was
working.
Okay.
Now the missus apparently does not work at the insurance emporium.
Wow. Plot twist.
How long that lasts for, I don't know. The boss has said, that's it. We'll see. We'll see.
So, I feel like there'll be more to this later on.
I hope not. I really hope not. This is so exhausting. Just deal like
if you see that lady again with her Old Navy outfit.
Right? Oh, that was the other thing. He was like, yeah, and that lady she brought in, she's not even like a good friend or anything. She's just someone that she knows. It took everything in me to not say to him, yeah, because if it was a good friend, they would have said, well, what did say about this? And then she would have realized how dumb her decision was. I said his name.
You did.
I'm doing this so I can alert myself to edit that out later.
Ooh, you can edit that out too.
Nah, that stays. That's truth.
Okay.
I got so wrapped up in the story. Wow, I could see. How do people stay undercover for so long? That's tough. Like I'm so wrapped up in the story. Next thing I know, I'm just giving names, addresses, phone numbers. Oh, God. This is what they do on the cross examination stand in all the movies with lawyers. And I say that because if you ever actually watched law happen, it's boring. I tried to watch that fucking Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing.
Oh, no.
Cliff Notes only. Everything. Mr. Depp, are you saying that on the night in question that you walked into the room and defecated onto your bed? How do you make someone taking a shit on a bed not interesting? They did it. I think Amber took the shit, but whatever.
And she did, yeah.
Look at me getting fact checked by my co-host.
She pooped the bed.
Oh, but now I see why the cross-examination is so tough, because like I cross-examine myself right into giving out the info. Oh, oh man.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Sorry that we're spending so much time on this because I know that I've bleeped it out by now. And
Yeah.
you guys are just sitting here like, oh, just tell us what I'm not doing it, but I still have the adrenaline going, so I'm still gonna talk about it. Woo-hoo.
Did your coworkers that took the days off come back?
They did come back. They came back that Friday because I told Alex, I was like, I swear to God, if they are not back today, I am not staying. I won't do it. I won't do it. It's gonna see that the parking lot is empty and keep going. But no, they came back and you know everything's back to normal as it can be, I guess.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
like we still get phone calls from people asking for the missus, and we're just like, nah, she's out. Sorry. When will she be back? I don't know.
You haven't told us, so.
Well, why don't you know? Reasons. So,
Oh man, that's good. I love it.
And then, oh, Asher. So this little dude got sick over the weekend, and he gets strep throat.
Ooh,
I didn't think it was strep throat because I've had strep, and when I've had it, I couldn't even drink like water without my throat hurting, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And maybe he's just tougher than I give him credit for, but he had a sore throat. It didn't show all of the same symptoms or in the same severity of symptoms that I'm accustomed to.
Yeah.
But kept him home on Monday because he was also throwing up. Like he would eat something and then a couple hours later he would throw it up. It wasn't just instant. It was like, oh, you thought we digested it? Nah. He throws it up. So on yesterday, I take him to Quick Care. And man, I was so annoyed in the Quick Care. And don't get me wrong, I get it. You're going to a doctor's office no matter what. Don't plan on it being fast. But They hadn't even checked the entire lobby in. And I know because I got in there before everyone and I put my stuff I put the information in, and I sat down. And then 3 more groups of people came in after me. And they hadn't talked to me yet. An hour later.
Damn.
An hour, right? So I was just like, it's annoying that you guys aren't at least trying to make it seem like you're moving stuff along.
Right.
Right. And I don't work at a Quick Care, so but fuck it. I know what I like, and I didn't like that. Okay. So then we finally get in there, do everything. He gets azithromycin because I don't know, he might be allergic to penicillin. I don't think he is, but his mom's been running this slander campaign about him being allergic to it this whole time. So I'm just letting bygones be bygones at this point.
Okay.
So what I mean by that is he's taken penicillin before, but if you take penicillin for X amount of days, from what I was told, that everyone has a chance of breaking out after taking it for so many days, right? It's just part of what it is. But since that happened to him at some point, now he's just allergic forever. He's allergic, and that's it. So we get the azithromycin and I don't know, some other shit for like nausea.
Okay.
Which I say that because like he hasn't been nauseous in 2 days. He just, I don't know. Although then we get to what happened. Sorry, I told you all that just to really get to this part. So the azithromycin it's bubblegum flavored, right? Anyone who's ever had antibiotics, you probably have had something very close to it. It's bubblegum flavored. It's kind of viscousy, maybe a little mucusy, right?
Yes, yeah.
And so the first thing we tried was they have a little spoon that has the milliliters on it.
Mm-hmm.
So we can measure out exactly. I tried to give it to him in that, and he was like, no. And bleh, right into the sink. Bleh, bleh,
Oh.
bleh, bleh. So I'm like, okay, that ain't gonna work, is it? He's like, I don't think so. Like, look at me. I don't think so. So then after figuring it out, we decided that what we were going to do is we're going to take the medicine and put it into a cup of water and mix it into that, right?
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
because you can't mix it in, we did some research. You can't mix it into anything with dairy, can't mix it into any kind of fruit juice. Like, so I mean, honestly, what do we got at that point?
Right. Water. Yeah.
You
Makes
know?
sense.
So we mixed it into the water, and this little kid, he was a trooper, you know. He would do I would pinch his nose so he couldn't smell anything, taste anything, and he
Yeah.
would do a shot to the best of his abilities. And we stood in my kitchen for 50 minutes while he took small ass shots out of medicine water out of this cup. And he had literally that much left.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that much left. Now, in between, in order to help his palate, he was drinking water. Not too much, but drinking water so he can clean everything out and just feel okay. So he gets to that last little bit of a drop, and then he just goes, "Oh."
Oh no.
He goes, "Oh,
Oh.
excuse me. Excuse me 1 second." And he turns around, takes 3 steps out of the kitchen, and projectile vomits all over my chair. Right? It is just a spray. It's like 3 sprays. Of just this water. It's just water coming out
Right.
of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So then he turns around, he's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." And now it's more just like spraying me. And then finally I go, "Bro," and he's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, just get it in the sink. Just get it in the sink. But yeah, so
Damn.
that was my Monday night. 45 minutes
Yesterday.
of watching him take medicine shots just to have him throw it up all over me.
So does he have to take this like for 7 days or what?
No, he only has to take it for like 4 or 5 days.
Okay.
He's with his mom now though, so
That's
not my
problem.
issue. Yeah. Alex did it with the syringe today.
Yeah.
And she said it was slow but sure, but they got there without him throwing up.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was, oh God, it was just the cleanup. Thank God it was water.
Right.
Cleanup was relatively easy, but damn, he looked at me, said, "Excuse me" for a second, turned around and threw up on my shit, man.
So gross. Oh man.
I can't wait for you to have kids.
You just gotta, I feel, okay, maybe it's because I was weird as a kid. I didn't mind like the taste of medicine. So like my parents didn't have a problem like giving me medicine, but maybe you should have done it like, like how we do with cats. Like you just kind of have to like stick it back there and it just like.
Well, that's the issue is that he just has the worst gag reflex in the world. Like he is not making it in any photo shoot in the valley, if you catch my drift. Okay.
Yeah.
Like there's been time. So he's got such a bad gag reflex. If he eats too fast, he will throw up.
That's crazy.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You're like, that's crazy. I've been taking solids to the back of my throat for years. Nothing.
Anyways, back to what we're talking about. here.
Back to yes, what we were talking about. My son's gag reflex. Yeah, no, he's just. I think he even threw up one time from brushing his teeth. Like I think he was just like, you, when you would be like, oh, that reminds me of my my younger years. He was like, bleh! So, yeah, no, it wasn't. It wasn't fun.
God,
Yeah.
I can only imagine. Like, you know how, like, after drinking, like, you have your, like, a really bad hangovers and you're, like, throwing up the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
And you, like, in the morning, you chug water because you're so dehydrated. And then you just start throwing up all that water that you just chugged. That just really messed me up.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever actually had alcohol poisoning?
Probably.
Nah, you would know. You would know. It's a different kind of hangover. It's happened to me twice.
Okay.
First time, this is why I can't drink Smirnoff to this day. But the first time we went up to the place that we used to kick it back in high school, I took a gallon jug of Minute Maid.
Okay.
I poured half of it out and I poured the rest. I poured all of the vodka into it.
Oh, yeah.
All of the vodka.
Oh,
and I drank that. And yeah, I got that. Like I said, it was so bad the next day that I've never been able to drink Smirnoff. Like the scent of it makes me go, oh. The second time was actually within the last 5 years, I think, probably, maybe somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I somehow drank an entire bottle of scotch in one night by myself. I'm pretty sure lockdown was involved, but
okay, yeah,
yeah. I mean, look, we were all experimenting at that point. Okay,
we sure were. Let's not forget we had like Trulies and White Claws at like 10 in the morning because why not? We had nothing.
Yeah, look, we're stuck at home all day. Okay. But yeah, I don't like, and I didn't intend to do it. I didn't chug the bottle or anything like that. I just over the course of 4 hours, I drank an entire bottle of scotch and I thought I was going to die it was weird. It was I didn't think I never felt like I was going to die, but my only thought process was I'm going to die. Right?
Like this is death.
Yeah. Like this is the worst thing that could have happened to me in this moment. So
no,
don't drink, kids.
That's not to that point. I just hate when I have the hangovers and I'm throwing up and you get to a point where you're I feel that you're throwing up the alcohol, but that doesn't make sense. It's just that acidity. I don't know if that's
the bile in your stomach.
Yes,
yeah,
the bile. Yes, that's the worst part of it all. Mm-hmm. It's just
no, the worst part is after the bile. When there's literally, well, you're like, okay, you got to one up me. Fuck you.
Damn it, Ryan. Every time.
You're not the bile sucks, but in my opinion, I should say, I think it's a more fair way to say it. After the bile, when there's literally nothing in your stomach,
right?
But your body is still saying, get it out. And you're you're just heaving.
Yes. Oh.
And it's like your stomach is feeling like it's going to get pushed through your throat and out of your mouth. You're heaving so hard, but there's nothing coming out. And it just, for me, now I'm also fat, but for me, it just my entire core is just in pain when that happens. So.
Yeah. Yes, I feel that one too. Yes, you're right.
All right, we got 5 minutes left. I got one more story I could tell you real quick.
Okay.
About how I got upset at my internet provider because it's just not America.
Are we gonna name it?
Oh, Cox, I don't care. Oh, they didn't do anything in retrospect. They didn't do anything wrong. It was just very annoying for me, right?
Okay.
Well, they did one thing wrong, but I'm saying the level of severity of it, right? So I call them. They just jacked my bill up, right?
Oh, just because,
they jacked it up. It went up from 105 to 130.
Oh,
just because, right?
Yeah.
And I'm fine with rates going up, inflation, blah, 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 but you could still get the same thing that I have for $100, right? Like if I cancel it and then re-sign up, $100, right? So I don't think I should have. Anyway, so I call them and I'm like, hey, yeah, my bill, blah, blah, blah. And they go, oh, okay, yeah, well, we would love to be able to take care of that. We really would. But the account is under your mom's name and you're not an authorized user on it. Now, keep in mind, I took that account from when I moved out of my mom's old house,
right,
because I was, renting it out from her for a time. I moved out of there and I took that with me because she was selling the house, so she didn't need it anymore.
Yeah.
And at that point, obviously, so that I could move in here, I had to at some point get authorized on the account. My mom's never lived here. She doesn't have my credit card. She doesn't have any of these things in order to pay. Well, she has things to pay for, but not the things that are paying for it.
Right, yeah.
Right. So the lady's like, yeah, sorry. Like basically in the nicest way possible. She's like, bro, I can't do anything. Get your mom on the phone. And I was like, and I turned into the person without being mean about it. I turned into the person that's like, I mean, I don't know. It just seems like it'll be more trouble than it's worth. I should just cancel it. And the girl is like, yeah, no, I understand that. But in order to do that, we would need to talk to your mom.
You can't cancel it either.
Right. So. Right. So eventually I was like, fine, whatever. And I got to call my mom. Mom, can you call the cable company? Tell them that I'm allowed to make decisions. Can you do that, please? But yeah, so, but what I did learn is, and I learned this from someone who works there, just call and don't even complain. Just say, hey, I want to know why my bill is higher. And they most of the time will drop it for you just because you called.
It's true.
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
So, and that's the kind of stuff that upsets me for things like in my line of business, because I cannot touch the rate in any way, shape, or form. It is something that is governmentally mandated that, there's certain things you can't do. So people call just to bitch because they think that'll help the rate go down. And now I got to listen to it. Thanks, Cox. Thanks. This is all your fault.
I must say, like our car insurances have gone up every year and every time it's renewal. So my husband, his was up. So he, called, I think he had Geico, and he's like, hey, why is my insurance like, $200 more like this year? They could not give him an answer on why it went up. Well, they're like, oh, there's like shortages, there's labor stuff. Like, bitch, that has nothing to do with why my car insurance is like.
Look, I work at the insurance emporium, so it does. It actually does. I will explain that to you in 2 weeks as to why. We don't have time to go into all that. I know, I could tell. I can't wait.
I need your opinion on that.
That's it for this week on A Conversation with Judy and Ryan. Thank you guys so much for listening. We're taking next week off, but we'll be back the week after that. Somebody's gotta go on vacation.
Yes, can't wait to come back all 10 for yours.
But until then, we will talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.